whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 4808-715 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening and welcome to Breaking Barriers. I think it's the first time that I've actually had a countdown from 6. Normally it's 3, 2, 1. But today the workers have decided to double up and give me a countdown from 3. I'm feeling rather unusual in my grey plaid. What do you call this? My plaid? Mm-hmm. But plaid not showing up, right? My wife hate this suit with a passion. The commissioner? Eh? What do you mean? Commissioner of what? Yeah. They're gone. We got to talk about all that. Anyway, it's oh good. Yes, sir. If I'll find a looking a little charcoal, it is because we have been working like crazy in the sun. So what happened is that I didn't even mat up my head too, boy. Shucks. All right, when I take the break, I'll mat up my head. I'll let you see my head shining less. Anyway, it's a pleasure being in your company this evening. Of course, this is Breaking Barriers. And of course, our viewing audience, a special hello to you, those people who are watching all over Trinidad and Tobago. And for those of you who have been more or less viewing for over the past 16 years. It has been a ride. It's a pleasure having you on board still. I mean, after so long, you're still ain't get fed up. I admire that. You're good. You're real good. You're real good. Anyway, enough of that. And of course, just to remind you that many things taking place in this country and continues to. But first off, let me just welcome Tile Expression to this segment. And of course, remember, Tile Expression is where you get all your tiles. In fact, you can get porcelain, ceramic tiles, you can get tin set, you could get, you name it, SPC flooring. Give them a call or you can check them out right there in Cunupia. All right, so many of you who saw the video last week, I played 2 videos last week, and what happens is that many of you, including my son's father-in-law, who is he to me? My son father-in-law? Masamdin, or is it Masamting? Oh, right, okay. What that? His wife is my Samdin? Samdi. Look, here what happened. To the pundit who the UNC was giving trouble, give me a call. I sure you could be able to give me some background on this because I hear all kind of something and someday. And the one is that I know Moody probably is saying that boy someday he hope he could get something. So it have something between there. Anyway, your partner Ender is supposed to be here shortly. he told me he will be here shortly. So stay tuned for his call. And guys, I expect him there to show up here anytime. So if you call, just facilitate him, please. Of course, the beard is not blue because I did not even get time to even put a little splush on itself. So I apologize for the lack of blueness. But let's get the ball rolling. These are the 4 children, the house that we are doing in DB. Yes, all the stuff for the house in DB. If you could show that, please. Right, of course. This is the work that started in the background with the mini excavator running there, and that is, let me see the names, boy. I know Jamie, I know Maya, I know Adam, and okay, right. Oh yeah, and we have a video to run for you too as well to show you, the progress of what is going on, and that is what you see in there. Is what took place earlier during the week. And of course, that is my boy Daniel and his team and our guys. And let me tell you the hardest part about that. The hardest part about that is that because it's so difficult getting stuff there, everything have to be bucketed and one is that I would like to thank, Inder and his team for the fantastic operation with the mini excavator, and of course, our good friends at Dave C. Black Hardware as well, because they came through early on when we initially started. So well done to our good friends at Dave C. Black Hardware, his team, the entire team there. There's a next video, I think, with us when the sun had gone down. Correct me if I'm wrong there. If I didn't upload that to you, just let me know and I'll upload it to you a bit later on. Okay, good. Well, I'll upload that to you a little bit later on. All right, so let's get rolling with everything else and let's see what comments we're in. I have often highlighted sunshine. I have highlighted holiday foods because what I was told, I think, is nitrogen. I don't know if it's nitrogen or something they put in the packs to keep the stuff fresh. So this is why they say that it does need to have some air. But 90% of these snacks is air inside. But I open this pack and that is all I get inside it. I mean, this is highway robbery. And to my children who buy this, next time I'll go drop a clout on their head. Because this is highway robbery, boy. I don't care how something tastes, don't rob me. Because what happens that when you put a big pack, I mean, it's what a lot of them, Sunshine Snacks famous for that in Trinidad. And then Kiss products started to reduce the size. All of a sudden, the goodie was like shrinking. It's like the goodie had automatically shrinking. It was an automatic shrinkage when it comes to the packaging. And you have other things as well. So the fact is that I really had to stop buying. Getting robbed locally is one thing. But when a foreign product come in and you getting robbed too, boy, that can't work. And somebody had asked me, how come? There was a video recently where Kiss products, Bermuda's products, were being sold cheaper abroad than what it is being sold locally for. And the reason that is happening is there's something in business called supply and demand. And what happens is that, you see, because Trinidadian, we don't complain for nothing. If cricks go up to $75 a bag, we will buy it because we are that type of dotish. You understand? We don't complain about nothing. And when we do complain, we don't stop doing nothing. We go, so God, TSTT can raise the rates again. And all of a sudden, no problem. $3 you have to pay Digicel every time you go over the counter to pay. That is a special charge. No problem. We got to take that. We got to wind the left and relax. That's how we are. It's Trinidadians for you. Let's go again, guys. As usual, the stupid people in Bamboo parking up by Bobby's Motor Supplies. TCL 2989, you park like a donkey because how do you expect people to pass on that sidewalk? And I don't understand where these, I am asking for the St. Joseph police station. You know what, boy? Hear what? Let me do something. Let me call the St. Joseph police station. I'm going to call and find out who is I want to find out who is the senior in charge. Good evening. But what the hell? Nah. They can't recognize my voice so fast. So wait now, you getting rape or kill? That is it? Unless. Yeah, they do that.
St. Joseph Police, good day, Inspector Charles speaks.
Good evening, Inspector Charles. How are you, sir? Inshan Ishmael here from the Bamboo.
Yeah, Chief.
I'm just calling you live, but it's nothing bad. I'm calling you live for my program. I want to appeal to you, please, Inspector. What happens is that I know you're a busy man. You've been doing well in St. Joseph. I would like to compliment you and your team. But what is happening is that in Bamboo, we are still having some hell with vehicles parked up all over, Inspector Charles. What happened is that in front by Bobby's there, we need your intervention, please. I'm literally begging you. How you can assist us? If no parking signs, what happens is that they ignore the no parking signs that have been posted, and it is beginning to be ridiculous now where we have to sometimes wait half an hour just to pass on the main road.
On with the boulevard?
No, the boulevard is one thing. The boulevard right now, if you go there, you will see dual parking on the boulevard and Bamboo residence number 3, Bamboo number 3 residence having hell right now. We also have to pass there, but what I'm talking about is in front of Bobby's during the day. Right, so if you could assist us, please, Inspector Charles, because as I said before, you know, you guys have been doing a fantastic job in St. Joseph there, and I have been told by an officer that you have actually boosted the morale of the officers in St. Joseph, so I just want to publicly commend you, sir. Inspector Charles?
Yeah.
Right. All right. So if you could send on a team to look at what is taking place by the boulevard, I will appreciate, please. And tomorrow in Bamboo. Thank you so much again, sir. All the best.
Cool.
Take care. Bye. This, you know what I admire about that call I just make? You don't hear about an inspector being in the station in the night. First time in history. A lie? I never hear about an inspector being in a station in the night. Most of them inspectors and there's work 8 to 4. You understand? Most of them there's work 8 to 4. And what happens is that when they work 8 to 4, they're gone. Or they're looking to set you up somewhere along the line, somewhere down the road. And we leave it already. Inspector Charles, kudos to you, sir. I heard that you've been doing well at the St. Joseph station there, and I commend you. That is what you need, you know. You need good leadership. And with a gentleman like that in the St. Joseph station, you're good to go. Right, so let's go again, guys. Yeah, zoom into my partner number plate there. Don Quixote, right? TCY 2761, right? This is what happens on a daily basis. Stupid people and stupid parking. And wait now, 3 of them has pick up. So it's looking like the majority of people who's parked stupid is people who drive with pickup. Nah, that one on the left, he's safe. All right, so let's go again, guys. So much of that we could take. This is Bamboo number 3 right now. Now, let me tell you what happened to Bamboo number 2. In Bamboo number 2, part of the savannah was taken away by a family who started to put cars in the savannah, and all of a sudden they took over a piece of the savannah. And that gone. I mean, they claimed ownership and all that drama. And what is happening is that don't be surprised that the same thing is going to happen to Bamboo number 3. Do we have a next photo there, guys? I think we have a next photo where in the area, watch, they are starting to occupy the area. But where the hell is it, Tanapuna Piako Regional Corporation? I mean, this is ridiculous where people could just come and dump their rubbish and nobody are doing nothing. Oh, come now, man, get serious. Right? Talking about rubbish. This pile of rubbish was dumped in front Bamboo number 2 by a non-resident. How long this has been there now, Moody?
A good while, Ade.
But you know what really killing me? The garbage truck and the Telapuna Piako Regional Corporation that's passed there every day, and they just see this and they don't ever touch it. No, I went and checked it to make sure, because one is that Caliph told me he wanted a new mattress because one is that the spring rain all these days. Right, so I tell him I'll go organize. All right, so let's go again, guys. I'm showing this again, Moody. You remember this? Yeah. I passed there today, and this road, Akbar Trace, is slipping away. Right? It's slipping away. We have, watch this, man. Yeah. Let's go again, guys. The other photos. Right? Watch this. This is the newly paved area. Now, the people who put concrete next to that help, supposed to help this from slipping. But zoom in, guys. I want people to, right, zoom into the area where this thing is cracking up. Right? Forget the concrete. We focusing more on the pitch. So the pitch to the right there, yeah, watch all that pitch. All that pitch is cracking up. We're going again. Right? We're going again. Next one. Watch this. This area here now, that hole, and this is, right, let's go again. So along the whole area there are some areas which was done about 2 years ago, and then there's an area which was done just a few months ago, and it's fallen ago about 6 months ago. Nothing is being done by Pure, not to hold the contractor responsible, you know, because the contractor is not responsible, because that is not his fault. That is because of the idiots that you have in Pure. And I said it before and I'll say it again. It have a big man in Pure. I want CID, I want the FIU, I want the ACIB, the Anti-Crime and Investigative Bureau, I want Fraud Squad. I want them to check out this big man in Pure and check how much trips he made, what the lifestyle he's living, what the type of, what the places where he gone, what the amount of money he spent, and what we're going on with we boy from Pure. Also, a few of the engineers, watch the car that they just go to work with from Ministry of Works, and watch the kind of cars they have packed up for the weekend. I'll leave that ready. Let's go again, guys. I highlighted this about 2 weeks ago, and this pile of goober is getting worse. This is after Caroni. This was the repair that they did, the professional repair that they did. This is one of the best repairs ever, right? As you could see, it's completely level. It's not falling apart at all. In fact, I find, come to think of it, many of the roads that they have done look just like this. So they are going on par with what they know. Let's go again. Let me just welcome Neil. Oh, pull back. Let me just welcome Neil Shaw's Auto Parts. And I just want to remind you, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Volvo, BMW, Porsche, all those brands, you need genuine parts, you need replacement parts, you need body parts, engine parts, dashboard parts, you name it, give them a call, and of course they will supply you, whether it is original or replacement, give them a buzz. Let's go again, guys. This area, I don't know how come this area was allowed, what was allowed to happen there by the double shed in UE. This place, besides being ridiculous, where somebody could just put up a building, get a connection, and then cars could park however the hell they want. I pass there and I see people park up stupid. I tell myself, boy, we just really tolerate dotishness in this country, you know. I mean, for God's sake, how could we allow that? That is right by you there. Let's go again, guys. Yeah, run that. There. Oh, let's see this. One accident in Trinidad and Tobago. Not in Trinidad and Tobago. One accident on the highway. And this is what has happened. You know, Trinidad have nothing that could walk in, oh boy. All these cars back up because of one accident. You know, we have cameras. We have cameras now that can take pictures to show you the exact location of a vehicle, how far it is from the line, what direction it is. You don't need to mark no road again. You don't need to leave your car in the middle of the road. And you know, have some people stupid like that. I am moving my car until the police come. So this is what goes on. People get in an accident, they leave their car in the middle of the road. Oh, for God's sake. And this is why I always said, to those of you who want to judge Jack Warner, or you could judge him. But you see that man was responsible for a lot of the roads and drains we had in Bamboo being fixed. That man called Jack Warner. But not only that, Jack Warner was going to put something in place that I had proposed to him. HURT. H-U-R-T. The Highway Urgent Response Team. You like that, eh? Where under Grand Bazaar, you wouldn't have cars parked up that are going to the mall. You would have an ambulance. You would have a wrecker. You would have police parked up there. And you would have an office. So in other words, they mobilize there. So there's an area that they would work. For example, that area would be responsible for, like from Grand Bazaar to Shogunas, or from Grand Bazaar to Trinity, or from Grand Bazaar to Barataria. And then the next location would be Shogunas. So Shogunas would be responsible from there to a little further up south. Not all the way up south. I mean, we're talking about like Kuvaning, because what you don't want is things taking too long. And what I saw when I went to Orlando a few years ago, we were passing on the highway. And let me tell you something. I ain't joking, eh? I made a wrong turn. So I had to go up and make a U-turn and come back down. If you see this big smash up, and by the time I make my U-turn and come back, everything done clear out, you know, everything done gone. And this is what you call progress. This is what you call betterment. But in Trinidad and Tobago, somebody's spare tire fall off on the road, and we had our traffic from Chaguanas to Port of Spain. They call it rubbernecking, where people must see what's going on. A man and his wife on the side of the road talking, everybody passing to see what's going on. Minding people's business. Let's go again, guys. You know why I'm showing this? All of a sudden, you're no longer seeing plenty concrete barriers which the ministry have. You're seeing a lot of these all over the place. I wonder who is the contractor bringing them in. Yeah. I want to find out, because what happens is that all of a sudden, these being used all over the place. Let's go again, guys. This is the, that is the P&M Stadium in DB. But that is a different story, because this is what P&M does to progress, you know. This is what they do. These things were built, and by the way, the scaffolding is still there for this building. So somebody, don't be surprised, the P&M still paying rent for the scaffolding on this thing. And this is in Davie. Let's go again, guys. You see this young lady here? Zoom in. You see this young lady here? I have a serious problem. This young lady here needs to train everybody else in customer service. She's that good. She's that excellent. And I forget the woman's name. But this woman, she works at ABC in Samoa. And the service that I get from her, and I tried to get a picture of the other girl, but next thing you know, it looked too suspicious, and my wife was right or wrong, so I couldn't take no bull pistol on her. So at the end of the day, I decided to hold back. But that young lady, compliments to you. Well done. The service at ABC, always exceptional. Well done. Let's go again. Oh, you have it. Okay, good. Right there. I want to show you the other video. Let's run the other video, guys. Right. This is what took place when we were there on Monday. Right, Moody? Right. So Monday, the operator there backfilling and organizing. So tomorrow, we are actually casting the foundation. So we are going down there, and that is the video from before. So things progressing with the family's home. But I just want to say something, and some of you may get angry at me for this, but hard luck. You know, last week I made an appeal, and I asked for people to come down and help us. And we had one person show up. And I said to myself, you know, we are leaving the north to come to Davie. Davie have mosque. It have mosque coming in Pinal. It have church. It have temple. It have so many people there who living right in the perimeter. All you can't leave all your home for 5 minutes just to come and help, even if it is to give moral support. Even if it is to do that. How hard it is to do that. Tomorrow we are back there again from around 11, because we are getting concrete tomorrow to cast the foundation. So what we'll need is a bucket brigade. So for all those of you who could come tomorrow, and this is in Samai Trace in Davie there, call me and I'll give you the information. Make some time and come now, because, you know, this is what life is about. You know, it don't make sense to sit down and enjoy life and really and truly, you know, it makes no sense that you don't participate in these things, because giving back is what really life is about. Let me just welcome Gate Automation Company Limited, and of course Gate Automation, they're one of the agents for Tau and Runner. And for those of you who aren't aware, these are top brands, and also don't forget, they do repairs as well, so you can give them a call and they will fix you up accordingly. Let's go again, guys. 65 murders in 32 days. And by the time my program done, don't be surprised we reach 70. Imagine that. 65 murders. And, well, that is us. Hey, Ole here, Rowley faint away early this morning, boy. Yeah, the man faint away. One is that he went to the pan final or something, and one is that they're telling you nothing here, but I would like to know what his blood alcohol level was. That is what I would like to know. What it was. I got to talk to him, and I want to find out where he went. If he went to a private healthcare institution, or if the man went to one of the best public hospitals in Trinidad and Tobago, Port of Spain. I hope he went Port of Spain. And I hope they make him wait like how all the regular dog and them does have to wait. Let's go again, guys. acting commissioner has stated the crime wave, right now what's going on, there's the storm before the calm. Normally, I know there's been the calm before the storm. Now, what is interesting, and as we go along, let's run it through. Let's run through those slides. Right? Let's go. No, not that one. There's supposed to be some other slides with the commissioner. What happened is that the commissioner, that is Andrea Barrett, of course, and you know, the time is here for Andrea Barrett. It's the second year. Right? So, I mean, memories again. Yeah. What slides you have with the commissioner again? Because what happened is that we had some slides there. She is due to retire. I mean, not retire. In May. She's due to retire in May. So, Christopher, who is 59 years old, is due to retire on May 15 when she turns 60. Right? While compulsory retirement is 60, there's the authority to extend the period of service or to have a civilian appointed on contract. Now, all you see where I going with this, right? Come to me. Yes, and she's in church, and that is the biggest mistake she could make. You know, she could have gone somewhere else by leaving that right there. Right now, Police Service Commission. Now, I know if you are making assessments and you're checking through something and you want the best, what you want to do is that you want to make sure that the person that you select is going to be qualified. And not only that, you don't want to have to go down the road a few months later to select someone else. Now, if Erla topped the merit list in all other areas, where she cannot top the merit list is longevity. So therefore, that should be something where the Police Service Commission should have sat down and said, well, you know, even though she's good, she's retiring in a few months, so it makes no sense, even nominating her or putting her on top, because there should be numbers dropped for that. But because we have a Police Service Commission that is eat dotage biscuit day and night, they decided that here what's happening. They're going to put her to the top. And I'm not saying she's not qualified. Eh? She could be eminently qualified, but that is a story by itself. How come all of a sudden all the other people who was on the merit list disappeared all of a sudden? The 8 or 9 other people who in 2018 was ahead. Now all of a sudden they drop out like old mange. You're not seeing or hearing about them again. But we will leave that for another time because I have a lot more to discuss where that is concerned. Let's go again, guys. The Police Social and Welfare Association, now I want you to hold that there because this is important. Says if Erla Haywood Christopher is appointed as police commissioner, it will be an historic occasion for women in the police service. Come back to me. You know, when I hear stupid statements like that, I just get vexed. Number one, we don't need a woman in the police service, heading the police service. We don't need a man heading it. We need a qualified person. And if a woman is the most suitable, put her there. Their thing is not she's the most qualified, or she's the best out of the lot, Their thing is that here what's happening. Put she there because it will be historic. We creating history by having a female commissioner. We also making history by having a murder toll of 62 with an acting female commissioner. Because she was the acting commissioner in the absence of Jacob. So therefore, she was sitting on the chair over the last month when we created history. 62 murders in 1 month. So what is the history we want to create again? To make women look bad now? I do not care about a woman. I do not care about a man. Put the most qualified so we will end this madness right now, please. Let's go again, guys. Andrea Barrett. I looking at that picture there, but you wouldn't believe I getting cold chills. Because why? I remember the autopsy, I was there, and, you know, to have seen what I saw, and then to see this picture is not something you could imagine, or I wish anyone, you know, for anybody to go through. What we're going to do is that we're going to take our first break, but let me just welcome Dynasty Custom Design Studios. And for those of you who are putting up a new building and you need signage, you need banners, you need stickers, you need full color printing, give them a call, 270-9890. Their prices and quality cannot be beat. And again, it's 270-9890. We'll be back right after this.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 4110 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare. Ronix.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose, and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
And welcome back, my friends. And of course, one of the areas that we have to look at too is that Caroni cremation site road. Because what happens is that I know that area is well known for cremations, but with some of those holes you have there, you would think that they're doing burial as well. Because your vehicle might get lost in some of those holes, and then to dodge is an extra area, especially in the night. But don't worry, they're going to come and pave it halfway like they have done for years, or patch it up halfway for years, and then the trucks and the cars are going to cause it to shift. And when it shifts, you're going to have a problem again. So, more contract for the boys, what I'll tell you. Anyway, that is how the life rolls, right? Let's go again. Yeah, 7 killed, imagine that. 7 killed in 24 hours. And what Rowley and I'm doing? Fetting, partying. Don't worry, the Trinidad flag, we good to go. Before I go on, I would like to offer condolences to the Ramnarayan family on the passing of their father, Tol. You know, this gentleman, you know, he has been around for quite a while, and many people know the family, the Ramnarayan family. And of course, Raymond is a close friend of ours, and you know, they're going through so much difficulty with the health of one of his brothers, and now to lose his father there. So on behalf of all of us on Breaking Barriers, you know, and our extended team, I know Hasib was down there representing, you know, please accept our condolences. Let's go again, guys. I don't know where to start with this. I really don't know where to start with this, right? These were some of the headlines, right? Some of the headlines. Let's go again, guys. Now, this is very graphic. The wording is very graphic, so just a warning to those of you, right? But this was in the papers. They cut off her legs up to her belly. They cut off both arms from her shoulders. They cut off her head. They cut off her belly and her chest. Khan said her body parts were placed into black garbage bags for disposal. The body parts, which were initially buried in 2 garbage bags in a hole in La Puerta de Gomartin, where most of the men lived, were later exhumed by the men and dumped out at sea. So imagine after they cut up this woman, after they throw these body parts in garbage bags, after they bury this woman parts, the body parts, they exhumed that and they decided to still dump it at sea. Her body was cut up using an electric saw used for cutting meat. This was done after she was shot in the chest by one of the men. Okay. There's a reason why I decided to go back in history, you know. Because let me tell you something. When I tell you that this country is lawless, when I tell you almost every ministry in this country is crooked, this is just a perfect example. This is just a perfect example. And without saying further, I want to just go through some of the slides so that, you know, I could compose myself properly and say what I want to say tonight. Let's go, guys. 9 of the men who were afraid of the kidnapping and murder of businesswoman Vindra Naipal Kuhlman were on Monday each awarded in excess of $2 million by the court for malicious prosecution. The order for payment was made by Master Martha Alexander after the state failed to file a defense in the claim. Right? And those are the 9 men there. And I'm not going to pronounce guilt or innocence on anybody. My target right now is the former Attorney General and the Office of the Attorney General. Let's go again, guys. Now, this is what the judgment says, right? Interestingly, the defendant, having entered an appearance, failed to defend the matter, right? On their claim for malicious prosecution. Therefore, the Honorable Madam Justice Joanne Charles granted permission to the claimants to enter judgment against the defendant for its failure to file a defense. On November the 4th, the assessment commenced with the claimant seeking compensation in the sum of $3.5 million each. Now, this is where we reach in Trinidad and Tobago. This is where we are at. Let's go again. Let's go again. Attorney General Reginald Amo stated on Wednesday, which was today, that the state never got the opportunity to file a defense in the malicious prosecution matter, right, due to the unexplained disappearance of the case file. He said that today in a press conference. So the case file disappeared. All you see what's going on here? And all you expect me to stand up and tolerate this dotishness and to say, well, boy, nothing wrong, and to just jump up in here and say, great is the PNM. This is madness. This is absolute madness. I telling you as it is, if that were my sister, I would trip. This is craziness. Look at what that woman went through, and when you think after so many years that you would get justice, there's absolutely no justice. But not only that, I remember clearly, right, and I think it's what, about 16 years ago? 2006, which is about 16 years ago. I remember clearly, we went down to a circus, my wife and the kids at that time. That was I think Zaki was with us. And when we went down there, while we were there relaxing in the circus, my brother Ashmid Ishmael gave me a call. He said, boy, they just kidnapped Vindra. I said, Vindra who? He said, Vindra from the supermarket. I said, you serious, boy? I went back in because I took the call outside. I went back in. I tell my wife, I said, we have to leave now. Vindra get kidnapped. My wife was in shock. We left. Vindra was a woman, when you walk into Extra Foods, she would light up the place. Vindra was a woman who would talk to you, even though Vindra was a director there. You would never think that Vindra was a director. You would think that Vindra is one of the workers. And that was the type of person she was. And in 2007, we decided that we will not tolerate that notations. And that is when the shutdown occurred in 2007. And we brought this country to its knees with 95% of the population deciding to close their doors. Businesses shut down. It was the largest ever shutdown in history. And I was the person, together with members of my team from One Voice, who led that shutdown. You don't have that again in Trinidad, because most of the people, they have a few sprinkle followers, or they have their followers on TikTok, or you have them on Facebook. You don't have followers like what we used to have long time. Long time, when you talk to people on the TV, those were your followers. And those were people who didn't have mouth and could only talk like what you see on Facebook and TikTok and thing, where people saying, yeah, I'm going to support you with this and that, and all of a sudden you don't see them at all. In those days, they were real people. People who would get up and make a difference. And for something like this to happen, especially for these men to benefit so much of my tax dollars because of the stupidity of the Attorney General's office, someone has to be fired. I don't care what nobody say. This calls for somebody to be fired because this is incompetence to the highest level. Now, there's a... So hold on. Let me call my brilliant attorney and find out how this thing does work now, because he should be familiar with this. I mean, I called him without telling him I called him earlier on. So let me see. Let me see if he's aware of...
You have reached
Good.
the voicemail.
Man, like he still with clients. Right? All right. So let's go to the other slide again, guys. Come back to me for 1 second. After the AG said what he said, a release was put out by Anand Ramlugan about this whole thing. And I'm going to read part of that release for you. And you will hear for yourself who is BSing who. Because based on what Anand is saying there, he's clearly saying that the state and the AG is lying. And they're talking nonsense. But before we go into that, let me just welcome True Value Home Mart, right? Where you can get big savings every day of the year. They have the widest range of pressure washers and lawnmowers and weed whackers and you name it. Give them a call. You can contact them at 638-3722 or 299-2780 right there in Sawa, which is, of course, midway up El Sikoro Road. You can't miss them at all. All right, so let's go to that release of Anand Ramlugan. All right, so here he says, the suggestion by acting Attorney General, that we were successful in the malicious prosecution claim for the persons who were charged but freed by Justice Malcolm Holdip for the murder of the late Vindra Naipal Coolman because the file suddenly went missing is ridiculous and amusing. Clearly, Mr. Amar has been watching far too much Netflix in his hotel in the Bahamas, as this is a great fictional plot for a movie. He's about to hire a legal Hitchcock to solve a mystery that does not exist. We can say without fear or contradiction by anyone that the facts will easily demonstrate that the Ministry of the Attorney General was kept abreast of this case at every step of the litigation. Indeed, the court itself issued notification to the state as the matter progressed, and we fully complied. with our duty to serve the relevant documents. Now, let me tell you something. This thing, all you hear what's going on here? Right? So, let me see if I can make a call here now. Now this is a man that does normally take my call, so I find like he watching the TV show. Anand, stop watching the show and answer your phone. All right, most likely he will call me back. I want him to verbally say what was printed and to clear up a few things, because to me, it appears that the state is lying. It appears that somebody is trying to cover up something. This story needs more people, and we realize that as the days go by, because even the Express and Guardian and the editors and the opinions, everybody confused. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong, and something stinks. Let's go again, guys. Right? Save and except for the worst form of mismanagement and incompetence, it is virtually impossible to believe that a case which was blah, 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 blah. All right. How on earth could the Attorney General actively participate in litigation for over 2.5 years without a file? And the court's records can easily prove that the Attorney General was present and represented at the trial of the assessment in damages. And look, he goes on to name the people who represented the state as well. So what the hell really going on, boy? All right, that's it, guys. I had enough of that. That is enough to stress me out. Let's go again. Next slide. And here is, from our initial observation, this appears to be a matter of serious incompetence on the part of officers of the state, leaving the Prime Minister Kid Rowley disturbed. Well, that is a natural state for him. So we leave that right there. Next slide, guys. And the PM keen to hear the AG's explanation. Let me don't even bother with that. That is like heart surgery. We need to bypass that. Let's go again, guys. Oh, yeah. This is Khadija Amin's Facebook page. Parliament is a place supposed to be period, it's supposed to be capital, correct? Right? And then member of parliament at St. Augustine constituency. It's supposed to be member of parliament for St. Augustine constituency, is that correct? Yeah. You can't be member of parliament at St. Augustine constituency. And then she studied and got an MBA at Angela Ruskin University. The real name of the place is, zoom into that, please. The real name of it is Anglia Ruskin. But she got from Angela Ruskin. And she got an MBA. And this is on her Facebook page. I really don't know what to say again. I hear what happening here. And I said it before and I'll say it again. The present lot of UNC, not all of them, I consider Parry a good one. Who else again? Who else again is good, people? Boy? Dinesh Rambali is a good one. Right? Dinesh walking. Parry walking. And then Bodo. Bodo is one too? Have I? That sounds like a gunshot. Yeah. Who else again? Because Rudy and their thing is a waste of time. Every time I hear you at the stake of TV. Barry Pradat, you know if he coming or going. Saddam Hussein, better man, I wouldn't say what I want to say, but there are reasons why I would not support you. Right? We going again. Who else again? Khadija Amin? Well, you can't get worse than that. Right? Who else again? And we can go on and on and on. This girl is also a hard worker, Michelle Benjamin. She's a good worker. She's a hard worker. I must compliment her. All right, so let's go again, guys. Let's see this. You know what they're doing there? That is for the $46 million library in Lahore Kitabai, 46 man, this is what the library look like. This is what the library look like. That is $46 million in Ole Point Fair. That. Eh? Boy, let me tell you something. If they want to put auditorium and all kind of thing inside, they here spend $1 million. Another thing, $1 million. But that building ain't costing nowhere more than $3 million. That building ain't costing no more than $3 million. I would put up that building for $3 million. Steel price gone down. Yes? You used to pay all kind of $13,000, $14,000 for a ton of steel. Now ton of steel is $8,500 now. All over Trinidad. And that is what they're getting for $46 million. But don't worry, the PNM supporters will jump up and say, great is the PNM. Go in a hospital and wait so long. But let us juxtapose that with a few other things. Let's go, guys. This is the DABA campus. Right? And in 2019, the former principal stated, in order to ensure that program delivery at the South Campus is at or above the quality offered at St. Augustine, we must engage in testing of the facility. You hear that? So they're going to test the facility. And it has been tested for 3 years now. Right? In addition to other preparatory measures, UE said in its statement, quality delivery requires thoroughness in these preparatory measures. And as such, we have taken the strategic decision to phase the occupation until fully operational. Operations at the South Campus will be gradually phased in, beginning with the use of the extensive acreage available for research and project. This has not started yet. Because you see, under this government, special treatment given, right, by UE for certain PNM people to get all kind of degree, right? And what happens is that if you're from a certain area under PNM, and you have a place where, or higher learning, or where you could study law and etc., nah, PNM are operating so because here what's happening. We can't look after that, but there's there's one main reason why they haven't opened that as yet, you know. I will show you the reason. Let's go again, guys. This is the reason. The commemorative plaque for the University of the West Indies St. Augustine South Campus, Penal Debi, which was unveiled by Kamla Prasad Bisesa. So, them seeing that day, them ain't going to interfere with that. Them going to leave that day because Kamla named it. You understand? They would leave that to rot. That is how nasty-minded some of the PNM people are. They would leave that to suffer. They don't care. That have to fall long. They wouldn't look to get involved in that because you know why? Again, I have said it before and I'll say it again. I have seen where PNM trying to stifle a certain group of people in this country when it comes to education. And I'll know exactly what it is I'm talking about. Because if you look at schools that are unfinished, what the areas where they're unfinished? Let me tell you something, in a largely populated Indian area, they built any pools? Indian people don't swim. Indian people can't swim. Indian people only know how to thief duck. Indian, you know what I mean? Based on some of the things that's here. Right? Because apparently we can't swim. Because no pools being built in the area where members of the Indian community live in. But that is a story by itself. In fact, the PNM discriminates against its own too. Because when you look at contracts being given out to contractors right now, the majority of contractors are of one ethnic group. And it's not African people. Because you know why? Many of those Indian contractors, they dig deep in their pocket to pay bribes. Some of them, they're short on equipment, ministry giving them work, and while they're taking the work, they had to go by the company and buy equipment because they have enough equipment. Such is life. Let's go again, guys. A police officer was captured in a video that went viral on social media Monday, allegedly attempted or has been suspended. A media release issued by the TNT Police Service last evening. So he has been suspended within 24 hours. right? Next slide. There's one that I had sent you there was one that I had sent you with 28 days stay of leave for 28 days. See if you get that from him, or if you don't have it. What happens is that in my matter, documents were supposed to be sent to the Solicitor General's office. It was supposed to have been sent to the Commissioner for the Commissioner to act against Smith in my case. And that is going into a year now, and nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. You see, that is what you call selective operation when it comes to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. But don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself. Time longer than twine. Let's go again, guys. Oh, by the way, let me just welcome Automax hand sanitizer. And for those of you, remember, COVID's still around, even though COVID is a next story by itself, right? And many, just do what you need to do to protect yourself and your family. And make sure that you're using a hand sanitizer that has a high alcohol content in it. So that way, it kills the germs and bacteria and all them things on your hand, because some people mix in water and selling it as hand sanitizer. Let's go again, guys. This was a post that I put up, and I just want to show you something. 183 people commented, 100 people shared. That is nothing. Let's go again. There was a slide that you just put up, guys. No, not this one. Not this one. There was the one that was, right, this one. Could we zoom out, please? Right. This was a video that I put up. Could we zoom into the, this is on my page, on my Facebook page. So could we zoom in on the left side, please? Yeah. Zoom into the comments and the shares, right? 370 comments, 861 shares. And then on the other side now, right, the video with the woman being attacked by the officer, 1,700 comments, 5,300 shares. And go up to the top, please. That is on my page, right? That is on my Facebook page. I get a lot of activity on my Facebook page. You get all tens of thousands of views. But there's a reason I'm showing you this. I put this up 2 days ago, right? You see to the top there, you see in 2D, that is 2 days. The other one, I put it up 2 days. Now, I want to show you the other slide now. Next slide. Yeah, with the family. No, this one was put up 4 days, right? This one was put up 4 days. Now, this one was also put up 4 days. And what I put here in these difficult times where businesses cannot even survive, we still have to thank God that we still have our heads above water. And this is a family that lost everything. And I put my number there and I asked people to assist. Let us see how many people responded and how many people shared. 5 comments, 7 shares. So let's see the difference. To help our family, come back to me, guys. To help our family, to help them get back on their feet, the vast majority, 99.9% of you, ignored that and decided to go into the other things. We don't care how that family is sleeping in the night. We don't care if they have food. We don't care if they have books. We decided that we will just ignore that. This is where our priorities lie, more or less. This is the sad reality of it. And, it has to stop. There has to come some changes where that is concerned. Let's go again, guys. This is the same man that helped dispose of the merit list with Gary Griffith as the commissioner. And he's talking. He's talking that no candidate has the edge. Rowley, give me a break. Give me a break. Let's go again, guys. Lady Gypsy claims political censorship. Well, what does she expect? All the Calypso tents is controlled by PNM puppets, all of them. So what do you expect? You go in there and talking to the government, you feel they're going to support you, they will pelt you with toilet paper, they will insult you, right? Don't expect better treatment. You can't go, here what happening? Those tents are literally PNM meetings, many of those tents. Let's go again, guys. Look who feeling like Hulk. Zoom in to the top of that photo. You know, Kamala Prasad Bisesa normally watches this program. And I want to address something to her. Come back to me, guys. Mrs. Bisesa, you are 70 plus years of age. You're not well. Right? You're not well. We know that you have not been well on and off. You have major and minor complications. Elections will be in about, major general elections will be in about 2.5, 3 years, whatever. By that time, God alone knows what other complications may develop. I don't know. I'm not praying for anything to happen where health is concerned, because I don't know if I will go before you. By that time, you would be about 73, 74 years old. If you were to win, you would have to sit on that throne until you're 80-something years. About 80 years. Yeah. And I am asking you a question. Is it that being so power hungry is so important to you that you decide that you don't give a damn about the country? Now, I want to make it clear. When you serve well. Yes, it is. A lot of the contractors are getting away with murder now, got away with murder, but you couldn't manage everything. You did well for the time that you were there. People were not suffering as much. But ma'am, you have the opportunity to go down as a hero rather than a zero. And by you holding on to the reign of power right now as opposition leader, you are destroying this country single-handedly by not allowing your party to breathe. I ask you tonight, do the country a favor. In fact, I had suggested something and many people supported it. I had suggested, I say here happening, why all it would just hand the helm over to Gary to lead the UNC? Yeah. If Gary led the UNC, Gary would get mass support from the UNC supporters because he's well-liked. Gary's a hard worker. He's a no-nonsense man. Because when you look at the other side, who are you going to put to lead the UNC if you are not there? Rudolph? Not in hell. Khadija? Well, definitely not. Who are you going to put? Who is there? And we know that the intelligent ones, like Dinesh and Parry and all of them, they don't stand a chance here, because at the end of the day, anytime somebody is seen as too intelligent or being able to do something positive, all they normally push them in the back. But again, the agenda of the UNC under you is a pro-LGBTQRSTUV agenda, which is something I publicly don't support. I will never support it. I have said it before. The day one of my children come and tell me X, Y, and Z, I say, here happen. I still love you as a daughter or son, blaze trail. Because at the end of the day, that is not something that I will accept under no circumstances. And because some of you love that video that I played last week, time for me to play it back again. Where you say them, Moody? Yeah, we got to play that video now. But let me just welcome Mitsui Air Limited. Remember Mitsui Air Limited, they are the agents for Mitsubishi Electric. Right? The #1 air conditioning system in Japan. And all you know, those Japanese and them don't mix matters with quality. Anytime you hear something made in Japan, it's good. In fact, if we get a prime minister made in Japan, we good to go. This is the video that I was talking about that some of you missed. And it has to deal with the same thing that I was talking about. This same LGBTQ dotishness, which my religion does not support. Take a look.
And I am a cat. Meow, meow. I'm not a woman dressed as a cat. I am a cat. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe and confess that I'm a cat? Great. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe that your child or a child from this school would believe that I'm actually a cat? No one. You are right. Why? Because you are not stupid, and these children are not stupid. Truth prevails over imagination. Reality exists. Discernment is innate and something we are biologically wired to have. One look at me and you know this to be true. I am a woman posing as a cat. You may also think correctly that if I truly believe I'm a cat, I have a mental disorder. If I suffer from a mental disorder, and if I am unable to discern reality, am I safe to be around children? Would you put me in charge of making critical decisions about the safety and well-being of children and about the direction of their education when I cannot even discern truth from fiction? Confession. I'm not actually a cat, guys, just because I say I am. You've not agreed to or committed to addressing me as a cat simply because I demand it. No tail, whiskers, or outfit makes me a cat, just like no lipstick, high heels, or long hair makes him a man, a woman. It is just as biologically impossible for me to become a cat as it is for a man to be a woman. And you have one job as members of this school board, and it's defined as this. School board members are responsible for broad, forward-thinking, minute analysis and decisive action in all areas that affect students and staff in their schools. I ask you, do you believe that the actions of a grown man playing dress-up as a woman affects the students and staff positively or negatively? A public school is not the place for social experiments in altered realities or gender ideologies. It is not the place to celebrate a grown man with a mental illness, dressing as a woman, and teaching kids lies. Children come to school to learn facts and truths about reality, including unchanging biological truths about science and nature, not to learn that they can change biological realities and become anything they want in the name of diversity. What you're actually doing is worse than just lying to our kids. You're forcing them to be participants in your lie, in your charade. You're forcing them to deny what they see with their eyes, and you're forcing them to speak lies. I ask you again, am I a cat? And if you say no, then the mindset must be aligned with your discernment across the board. By allowing a falsity to be displayed and paraded around the school, you teach children that truth is not existent, facts are not real, and biology is a lie. You fail at your job, your only job, by confusing children and teaching them untruths and to coddle a grown man playing dress up as a woman. If you were to address me as a cat right now, it's as ridiculous as when you say Miss Bixler and a grown man's voice comes thundering over the...
Thank you.
Yeah, that is my national anthem from now. What happens that, who have a problem with that? All you know what to do. Take away TV, throw away a TV, but this is something I've always said. I am a Muslim, and what happens is that according to my beliefs, we do not flex, we do not bend our beliefs for dotishness. And that is not something I support, and it's not something I'm going to support because that is part of my religious belief. And who vex, what I tell you? Straighten up. That is all I'm going to tell you. You understand? All right. Yeah. You know, when I look at this video, I just get vexed. But let me show you this video.
Support Kamala. We not enough. We support Kamala. Good evening. Kamala, nobody. Nobody else. Kamala, nobody else. Kamala, nobody else. This is the make up.
Why are you touching the man? Why are you pushing him? Why are you pushing him? Why are you pushing him? Keep pushing him. Keep pushing him. No. Nobody. Why are you trying to break up the environment?
You know, we'll quickly to our second motion. We have a note from the two organizations. I call on Chairman Prakash Barak.
I telling you, if I was that pundit and stupidity pushed me, boy, let me tell you something. The kind of taekwondo and drop kick, he would have gained any tail. You understand? Nobody are pushing me just so, brother. Especially, you see the kind of dotishness we does allow in this country, and I must commend that Pandit. The Pandit remained calm. You know, he remained composed, and while the man quarreling, while the idiot and them fellas and them getting on stupid as usual, the Pandit doing so. Peace, brother, peace. Organize yourself. And I've always said that when you look at politics, the same people you use to get where you are, you don't have a problem walking on top of them now. Like, for example, when the woman was by, I believe it was Pinal Hindu School or somewhere, and Munilal referred to them as a bag of aloo. Right? This is the type of politics we are seeing in Trinidad and Tobago now. And the man has a right at the end of the day. So just because you have an issue with the political leader, fellas gonna come and beat you up and jostle you and abuse you verbally just because of that. And this is what I tell you, there are people who would support those people, and that is part of the problem. For those of you who want PNM in power, continue to support Kamla Prasad Bisesa. For those of you who want PNM in power for life, continue to support Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And that will be your biggest downfall, because all ain't going nowhere. Right? So let's open our phone lines a bit early, guys. Let me just welcome Extra Care to this segment. And remember, Extra Care have a full range of products, from disinfectant spray to fragrance boosters to carpet room cleaners to window cleaners, you name it. Give them a buzz, and of course, they will fix you up accordingly if you have a supermarket or a mini mart. All right? And remember, when you call in, turn on the volume on your television, please. At the end of the day, what we want to do is make sure that when you call in, make sure that you keep it clean and don't get me in trouble more than... It's a new year now, so here what's happening. I ain't getting no letter from Tatas yet, so let me keep it that way. Let's go to our lines. Hello? Hello?
Inshallah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
That incident that took place at that UNC rally or meeting or whatever it is, the political leader know about it? You think?
She said nothing.
Well, I want to advise, I now want to distance myself even further from the UNC, because if that is what they call democracy in a country, for the UNC, democracy is dead. And I want all right-thinking citizens to observe what has taken place there and see if anybody of the, including the opposition leader, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, if she had, in my opinion, she have not seen that, she have not heard anything about it. Because I think any right-thinking person, leader, would have said something about it.
Agreed. Thank you very much. Correct? Thank you very much, caller. And you're absolutely right. Because quite frankly, when you look at what took place, it is not something that any leader should support. But you see, if we go back into the history a little bit, when you look at some of those nasty, vile, racist posts being put up during the election, and a lot of it was being done through UNC pages, Kamla Prasad Bisesa said nothing. She said absolutely nothing. She just ignored it. And what you're saying there is totally factual, because when you look at this whole scenario playing off in front of you, and nobody decided, Kamla decided, well, you're happening. That ain't my business, hard luck, and you move on. Well, it just can't work. Let's go to our lines again. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good night, Insha.
Good night.
Yeah, hello, good night. Good night.
Good night.
Insha, I want to find out how hard the Prime Minister wearing.
This Prime Minister?
He's the yeah.
Why he is
MP for the Martin West.
Right. Prime Minister, head of the Security Council.
He's the President. He's the Chief Justice.
Right. He's the President of the Fufu Association of Trinidad and Tobago. He's the President of the Lekoto Jombi Association.
No, what I'm saying, he appointed the President, he appointed the Chief Justice, he appointed the Commissioner. He also appointed the Chairman of the Police Service Commission. What other job do you have after now? Have a good night. Thank
you very much. And what you have just said there sums it up. And that is the reality of it. The man, I've said it before, is a megalomaniac. A megalomaniac. Power has gone to his head. Watch the arrogance when he speaks alone. Like I said today, I'm sorry that the man gets sick or whatever happened to him, but that does not take away the fact that he's an arrogant oomph. Let's go again. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Chan, good night.
Good night, my friend.
You're a great man, boy. I hear Cockroach sing a song about you, boy.
Nothing wrong with that, man. I will take that.
You hear the song?
I don't even want to even listen to that. At the end of the day, when you could say in Beatum that if one person come out is no reason to celebrate, that only need to have 20 and they're so dotish and illiterate that they don't understand that what you want for them is better. Let them continue to sing. While them singing, I don't have to depend on government for food. All right then. Them thing them don't bother me. At the end of the day, who the hell is Croco? Croco the other day, Croco was walking in CPEP. And he cussing the fella about his mother, this and that and all kind of thing. And that is who I should listen to? Come now, man. All you get better than that now, man. Let's go. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Ismail, I want to find out the officer who gets suspended with the traffic warden, if he gets suspended with pay or without pay.
Yes, with pay.
Thank you.
With pay. He got suspended with pay. And you see, he cannot be suspended just so and fired unless all the facts are investigated and they find out what exactly took place so they get a little background to know exactly what went on. I mean, that is process. Whether it is what we saw. For example, suppose the woman earlier on in an earlier video or in an earlier scenario cussed up the man and hit up the man car and threatened the man. We don't know. What we saw was a piece of the video. So therefore, everything has to come to the fore, be investigated, and then they could suspend. Otherwise, that is our next court case and he go win because the documents might go missing again. Let's go. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Ishmael, good night.
Good night.
Ishmael, you talk about Miss Kamala. As a woman, because what happened, I find like how you might deal with Rowdy, Keith Rowdy. Miss Kamala is a woman, and the best I ever see in this country as a prime minister is from Miss Kamala. And you see, experience, because listen, you could be there. I'm sure if you resign from that program and you have other people take over that, they would like to see you in the studio. That's a present. That's drawing a point. They will love to see you. Even though you ain't saying nothing, we want to see you. So, she work hard, and if the party come to a decision to, but we have to have respect as a woman, And what I'm saying, we are wives, we are daughters, we have to be, because young ladies listen to this.
Okay, and what did I...
And I feel
hold on. What did I say?
We ever had in Trinidad and Tobago is under Ms. Kamala Bissessa. The best time.
Right, but no, what did I say? That is a problem.
No, I feel because you have sometimes on your program, you keep saying, but if the party want her, then you understand they want her. Something about her.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Right? Kamala Prasad Bissessa is 70-something years. She has ailments. She's not well. Right? You telling me that Olio don't have no other choice to put a leader. She has lost 11 elections. She called for Basil Pandey to step down after 4 elections. She lost 11 elections. Olio don't have agreement in her head.
Okay, I see a point. But the point, I see a point. I see a point we're making here. But yes, still, she's a woman. And then it's the best I tell you I ever see is from Ms. Cam. And the thing I want to tell you about, I like how you draw the reference to bringing but that make me feel a little better about you said it with the previous commissioner.
Yeah, but
that make me feel good.
Well, here what let me make you.
Let us take a time and step down. Like how,
let me make you feel better now.
Satmaraj, you see like how Satmaraj run that is group Satmaraj the greatest ever passed through.
Yeah, but hold on. You know Satmaraj also, hold on. Satmaraj also run Kamla Prasad Bisesa from Mahasabha.
I know they had a little thing.
No, they didn't have a little thing.
And they come and they make up. They had a little thing. I can remember
Satmaraj Banshee from the compound.
And you come back and they make it up.
Right, but
they make it up, Ishmael. They don't make it up.
It's people like you. It is people like you. It is people like you who follow people blindly and have us in this dotish position.
No. Don't make it sound so.
Next. Let me go. You only so much a man could take. Let me go. Hello?
Yeah, Inchan.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Inchan, let me be honest with you. I don't really have a problem with Kamala Harris. My problem is, and I think it's a lot of the population have a problem with the persons that she has around her.
But that is nonsense. How could you have a leader? How could you have a leader that lost 11 elections and all you still want a blasted woman to lead?
No,
something wrong with all you or what?
No, but Inchan, tell me if you don't agree with this. The issue is, would you vote for a party where the people that she has there, that she put in Padarat and Khadija and them, getting ministerial positions to run this country? How could you have confidence in putting this party with into governance with the caliber of those individuals as your front in the organization?
But then
first,
no,
you need
I understand.
to get rid of and put people of substance.
But why would she do that? She's the same one that put a man dressed up as a woman in the Senate. She's the same one that did that. She's the same one that have she purse carrier as a member of parliament. She's the same one that pushing this dotish LBGT thing.
I agree with you, but the problem is, I see it that what we need to do is to bring people to the fore that could show leadership in the party so that somebody could be identified.
She does not want that. She wants yes men and yes women around her.
Well,
it is the worst opposition in history.
But the problem is that all that could mean is in 2 years' time we could lose the election again.
But again, because you know why? The rank and file not calling for her to step down. Because who you think putting the people around her? Not Santa Claus. Kamala is the one doing it. She's the manager. And she's the one putting people who, because without Kamala, Khadija ain't have a snowball chance in hell of being in a party again, especially in that position. Barry Padarat, well, that is a next story by itself. So at the end of the day, she is to blame. She is the one, because she's the one that is destroying the opposition right now. In fact, she has destroyed it. Let's go again. Hello? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, John, good night.
Good night, go ahead.
Hey, John, concerning this whole topic where callers talking concerning the opposition leader and things like, listen, right? It's simple. Kamala served she time and she could only carry the party as far as it could go right now. We need somebody there who could actually turn the party around, who could actually bring back governance to the country now. Right?
Correct.
She can't do it.
Exactly.
People need to open their eyes and see what's going on right now. Right? She cannot get it done. After so many elections, one would think that, the solution might be to get a new political leader. But people so hell-bent on having that power at the fingertip. They doesn't want to let it go, but people need to open their eye and see what is going on in the country, but
that's correct.
What's going on. And if people keep supporting she blindly, 2025 Rowley going back Friday, and election after that PNM going back Friday. I can give you the statistics now, because Kamala ain't going to win the election. And
not in hell, because there's a large percentage of people in our own party that don't support her because of the people she has around her, many of the people she has around her.
All right, let me just do a little statistics quick, right? Let me say UNC have 500,000 supporters. Right now, she must only have 100,000 supporters. She out of that 500. Because people very disenchanted with where the UNC going. Because you can't tell me a pundit come there, he have a grievance, and the man standing up for the right thing because he's standing up for the ex-tyranny workers, right? Everybody know that the people get a thing that they was unjustly treated now. So he come there to just plight his concern. And this people say that the PNM just rule with thuggery. what it is we seen in that video from the UNC, they may get Lenny man talk by. They want to hit the man and push him.
Yeah, but
they not agree.
Yeah, but so my concern.
What we gonna do? We're gonna remove the PNM with Togri to put the UNC there with more Togri. That not making no sense.
Yeah, but my concern is that there were Carney workers around watching while this man who was speaking on their behalf being abused and were probably supporting Kamala inside, even though this man was supporting what was right for them.
And everyone them stay quiet and let the man get and take we again. Nobody can stand up for the man.
A bunch of cowards. A bunch of cowards.
Stand up and say anything.
Anyway,
next, I want to touch on something.
You had to be very brief.
This whole $20 million where they give this 9 fellas for chopping up that woman and putting she in a garbage bag, right? I want to figure this thing out. Is it that this thing was a whole plot? Because I'm trying to figure this thing out in my mind. We had to be mad and we had to be paying for the $20 million now. And then they come and they tax me and you property tax for the property we build with we own sweat for them to go and waste money there. And where the law association? Why nobody from the law association?
Well, the law association is an extra by itself, but we're going to leave that right there because I'm running out of time. We'll take 2 final calls. Right? Let me just welcome Miran to the segment. And of course, Miran has a wide range of products, high quality products. You can check them out at groceries and supermarkets, mini-marts all over Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go again, guys. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, good night. So there was one question that I wanted to run by you, basically. You see, the problem is the UNC card member, the grassroots of the party, they are the ones that hold the power to elect a new political leader for the party. And guess what? The roots of the party love Kamala. The South party, the South of people, UNC, they love Kamala. So what you're going to do? You can't put Jolene John, you can't put Kajida Hamid, you can't put Lakshmi Dayal. Who is the better representative? So we're stuck with Kamala. We are stuck with her.
And you know what is going to happen there?
And it is, and what even is at choosing Kamala rather than Keith.
Well, one is that at the end of the day, even if you choose Kamala over Keith right now, which I agree with, she ain't going to go there because the majority of people who support her don't support her right now.
And we would think so, but she won an election. This is her second landslide in her local election. I didn't want her. Plenty young people did not want her. But guess what the grassroots of the UNC want?
Money or no, you see, the UNC caller is not as lucky as the PNM callers to get food card and phone card here. You understand? They have to work for their money. Let's go again. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Good night.
Good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Inshan.
Good night.
I love UNC. But to see that drunken woman, well, I have to get rid of she.
No, but what is that? Let us describe her, in a more respectable term. What is that? At the end of the day, what is that? She has reached her age. She did well, and I think it's about time she ride out in the sunset because everybody agrees that the time has come. The time has come, and I don't understand why she wants this embarrassment. We're all over. Thank you very much, caller. We're all over. You're hearing everybody calling for her to step down, but the few that come out. For example, I mean the rank and file that really don't want her there and they really want change, all they should come out, all they should have a mass rally and decide what's happening. Enough is enough. Let us step out. All right, so this is where I run out of time, but I would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Remember, Breaking Barriers is seen every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to about 9 to 10 p.m. and a repeat is shown on Saturday. And just a reminder as I end off, I will catch you this weekend down at Brilliant, down at the Baraka Grounds Food Court. And for those of you who need to book the pool, I'm reminding families you need to book it in advance because many families came this weekend and found out that the pool was pre-booked. So you need to let us know, all right? For those of you who are booking for private family events. All right, so I want to end off with the video that I ended off with last week with the gentleman which spoke about the people that we put in power and why we put them in power. All right, so God bless you. Take care. Have a safe one. And I'll catch you next week for Breaking Barriers. And for those of you who could, tomorrow morning, we are in Samai Trace and Debe. We are going to put down the foundation, so we're looking forward to your support. God bless you. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum.
One of Africa's biggest cancers is that Africans, for whatever reason, seem insistent on electing leaders who've built nothing and then wonder why they build nothing. You've built nothing. You've created nothing. But for your words and political oratory, your ability to hold a tune and sing a verse, your ability to fill a stadium with poor people on the promise of a food hamper and a t-shirt. And then we vote for you. And we wonder why you don't know how to build roads or houses or balance a budget or just make sure that crime and law and order is in place. We elect clowns and then give them the seat of the headmaster's office